Hello, hello, everyone. Can you see me? Can you hear me? It's Friday night. I'm not late. Oh, I am now because it's 1 minute past, but I wasn't late when I pressed the button. I can and did see everything that was written in chat before we started, so you can't get away without that one, Brian. But when I pressed the button to stream the chat, the first one in was Applegal. Hope you're all doing swimmingly. I hope so too. Brian heard a ping pong. And is feeling very old. Lily's in from a sunny Bolton. I'm here from a sunny Sheffield / Leeds. I've only just got back. I've been in Leeds for the last 2 days, which we will talk about later. Is anyone here from Leeds? Because I'm about to slate it, so, you know. Evening from a cooler Wolverhampton, says Stuart. I mean, it was cooler today than it was yesterday, for instance, but there were some hot bits. Dreary and damp in Newfoundland. Fish are all happy. My dental pain and infection are both gone. Good, good. That's what I want to hear. A weird day in Northumberland. Can't make mind up if it wants to be red hot, cloudy, windy. I know the feeling. Zenny, how we doing? Oh no, I can hear you. All good. Good. Dan's in. Yes, Musk. And Lauren's in. Nice to see you all. To see you. Nice. We are on cider tonight because I'm in need of refreshing. Unfortunately, I bought quite strong cider, so I'm in need of refreshing, but might pass out at some point. But anyway, it's Friday. We're ready for the relaxing that a nice weekend brings, if it does. So for tonight's delectation, we obviously have the final quiz of the final week of July. I know we said all this last week, but now that really is the last week of July. So whoever wins tonight could have a chance. In fact, let's see if we can bring up the old spreadsheet. Everyone loves a spreadsheet. For the current standings. We've got Stevie P and Adam, Glory Not Prizes, are kind of neck and neck, near enough. And then just a little bit behind Error 404, and then just a little bit more behind is Just Average Dan. I'm going to be completely biased, and I'm cheering on Just Average Dan. so I don't have to spend an absolute fortune in postage to send stuff to Stephen, Adam, Mercedes Error 404, or Zenny, or anyone else who might win. Lauren, Lauren's allowed to win as well. Oh, where's my face gone? There it is. It's back, sort of. So that's the standings. If you're new here and you don't know what the hell we're talking about, this is obviously the quiz. We do a quiz and I have a monthly total, and somebody gets crowned the winner. This month, I thought I'll go back to the old days and we'll give away a wee prize or two. And depending where you live in the world, it depends how big and heavy, specifically heavy, the prize is. But we'll see how we get on. So that'll be coming up round about past. Oh, wrong button. Until then, we've got, I want to know what you've been up to the last few days. I'm going to tell you what I've been up to the last few days and what we're going to be doing for the next few days. And also, I'm going to be talking about a new Aquarium Adventures product, which I'm trying to shill. This is name pending. I'm thinking of going with Smudge, but it's kind of the opposite. It's Smudge Remover. So this is born of frustration, shall we say. This is my aquarium glass cleaner that I have. It should be called Smudge V70 something, because I've had various different versions to find one that's actually retains its stability. I'm a big fan of, as I've said many times, I'm a big fan of JBL Pro Clean because it just cuts through fingerprints as easily as it cuts through watermarks and even some like hard watermarks, calcium marks, things like that. But I was finding it more and more difficult to get. You can get it on Amazon now, so that's fine. But I wanted to shill for JBL. I wanted to be a rep for JBL because I really do use a bunch of their products, and not even demanding payment or anything. I was just like, look, why is this jumping all over the place again? Something's going wrong with this. Hopefully you can understand me and it's not going too out of sync, but something weird's going on. But yeah, so I wanted to say, I'm happy to promote your products. I use them, a bunch of them. My Wishy Wash cloth I use to this day. I like the various of them, but they kept saying, "Oh, we can't ship to the UK. No, we're not doing it." I was like, fine. So rather than spending 14 quid a bottle, I made my own. So this, I'm not going to say is better, but it's better in that it just has the cleaning products. It doesn't have any of the perfume. It doesn't have any of the dyes. It doesn't have any of I don't want to say useless. It's just a cleaning product. It doesn't have any extras. So doing my research, I found that all the various variants are all exactly the same, pretty much. And they just have their own little bit of, somebody will put in some peach extract, or someone will put in some blue dye, or someone will put, so just to make it look like this. It's just a water cleaner. So I've been going over this. Oh, I've made my computer do funny things. Hang on. So I've been going over this for months, and I'm reaching out to you guys to see if anyone will help me with some further testing. So I've settled on this version, thinking this is the best one. Just a completely clear solution. I mean, if you shake it up, it does go a little bit cloudy, but that's kind of because of what it is, and it settles back again. So I'm fairly happy that it does the job, but I want to try it for a few other people. So I'm going to give away a few bottles to people who fancy trying it out. So we might look into that. It's not going to be anything earth-shattering, but I reckon rather than paying 15 quid for a bottle of whatever it is, Tetra's or API's version or JBL's version, I reckon a £5, I can cover my costs and still make a healthy profit. So I thought, in the spirit of many of the things I do, so I know, for instance, the soft Artemia food that I import from Germany, a few other places in the UK import that and sell it for a much higher price than I sell it, but I sell it for enough to cover my costs and a little bit more. So I'm not interested in rinsing my customer base, as I'm not saying that anyone else is, because they're not doing anything horrible. I have a proper job, so I can afford to just make a little bit of profit and be happy. So this is going to be the next product, I think. the next product that we launch along those same lines of hobby business. So while I can afford to offer things without, so if this was my job, I'd have to make this pay for itself a lot more, and all the products I sell would have to pay for themselves a lot more. I don't, so it's fine. So we've got that to try. What else have I been up to this week? This week I have been in Leeds, as I've said. Leeds. For those of you not in the UK, Leeds is a city just up the road from Sheffield, really. It's like 35 miles away, something like that. My computers are making funny noises. Because my daughter had got a place at the Northern Valley, which is situated in Leeds, and it was like a summer intensive course. So every day the last week, she's been going to Leeds. So it was my day to take her Thursday and Friday. So we split it between me and my wife, took a couple of days off, went up to Leeds. The interesting part of that, is it interesting? I thought, because I'm not allowed to sit and watch or anything, I just have to drop her off. So I have to drop her off first thing in the morning and then pick her up first thing in the evening. So I had the day to myself in Leeds. It wasn't worth coming home. So I thought, I know, I keep going on about how I'm going to get out the fish room and go and see other things. I will go and have a look at all the fish shops in Leeds and see how they are and maybe do a bit of a comparison to the ones in Sheffield. I will do a review or something along those lines where I can get out into the wild. There are no fish shops in Leeds. Well, that's not entirely true. There are 2 fish shops in Leeds. They're both Maidenhead Aquatics, and one of them isn't even in Leeds. They're called Leeds North and Leeds South, but Leeds South is actually in Wakefield, which is a different place altogether. But anyway, I went, I tried to go, I tried to do my thing, and I thought, that's not really enough for a video here, so I'll need to get some other ones. Googling every fish shop in Leeds, there aren't any. There are no other local independents for a city that's got 800,000 odd people. Sheffield's got a Maidenhead Aquatics. Sheffield's got... I have said several times Sheffield is not well served for aquarium shops. It's bloody better served for aquarium shops than Leeds is. So that's going to be the crux of my new video is... There's a bit of a rivalry between Sheffield and Leeds. So I'm not from Sheffield, I just live in Sheffield. But there's a bit of a rivalry, and Sheffield people often think they're the downtrodden lesser of the 2 Yorkshire cities, and feel that Leeds take all the glory. So I was kind of leaning into it, thinking, I can make it a bit, I can lean into that rivalry between Sheffield and Leeds and saying, Leeds have got 2 Maidenhead Aquatics, Sheffield's only got 1. Why have they got 2? Do they just think they're better than us again? Blah, 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 that kind of thing. So I will compare them and see how they are. Spoiler alert, they're shit. The one in Sheffield is way better than either of those 2 combined. That's not true. They're not shit. But the one in Sheffield is way better. So I was going to make, that was going to be the crux of my video. Me out in the world, looking at things. I did. I went, so I dropped my daughter off, went to the first Maidenhead, stood outside, filmed it all. An intro about all the, is it Sheffield better than Leeds, blah, 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 blah. Let's go in and find out. I went in and said, can I film in here? And they went, no. Oh, right. That kind of puts a dampener on that one. So that was fine. I mean, I had no expectation to be allowed to be filmed. I usually don't ask. I always find it's better to beg forgiveness than ask for permission. But in this case, I did try and do it properly. But they was like, no, we've been burned before. People have made bad videos and tried to paint us in a bad light. And I was like, I wasn't trying to do that, but I fully understand. It's fine. I had a look around. I wouldn't have been doing that. The only negative I could take from that shop was it was a bit small. So there wasn't much to it. There was nothing in there. They were also, to be fair to them, in the middle of what looked like a refit. So what looked like a whole bank of tanks was missing, and there was just like frames and stuff there, so it looked like they were shuffling things around, but everything looked perfectly clean. It was well stocked for dry goods, it was well stocked for like plants and aquascaping supplies and all the general things you'd see. There just weren't very many fish tanks, and the fish that they had looked healthy enough, but there just wasn't very many of them. There was nothing special. It was just your standard fare, guppies, platies, goldfish, which is fine. So nothing wrong with that. So I would have made a This Is Fine video, headed off to Leeds South, which turned out to be in Wakefield, which was a bit annoying. Same thing, went in there and asked, would it be all right if I made a video? I make YouTube videos. Absolutely, no problem, go for it. And everything was just a bit grimy. So the one that was fine with me filming, it wasn't the most... I mean, most of the fish looked healthy. There was a few dead fish, but I think that just happens. I also, to be fair, turned up first thing in the morning, so maybe they hadn't got round to cleaning all the tanks. But also, it didn't look like it was a day or two's worth of build-up on the tanks. But anyway, you'll have to watch the video to see what happens with that. So that was my kind of days out in Leeds. So that filled about 2 hours. So I had the rest of the day to wander around Leeds and see what was going on. I went back up to Leeds and parked the car, got out of the car park, got shit on by a bird, went into a shop, bought some baby wipes, sorted that out, walked out of that shop, got shit on by another bird. So I was like, this was like, I don't know, 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. I was like, this is not going well. I'm furiously Googling, saying, is there any other fish shops in Leeds I can go and check out? There just aren't any. There's one more, but it's closed for the next 6 weeks or so, because they're on holiday, basically, which is fine. So I might have to make a follow-up when I go and see this place, and it'd be interesting to see that place because they look like they're a more mature, a bigger version of what I'm trying to do. So it's like a home business that's expanded and got bigger and bigger. So it'd be interesting to see how they're getting on. But yeah, they're away on holiday. Can't be helped. So we'll go and try that. So after my 2 poopings, I wandered out through Kirkstall Market, had a look through there, got out into the main street, and somebody tried to rob me. So some skaghead, can you borrow 10 pence, please? And I saw this coming a mile away, so I was basically looking on my phone, which is a stupid thing to do, going, right, where should I go? Are there any fish shops? What direction would they be in? And as I was doing it, I could see this guy over in the corner, not in the corner, just in the middle of the street, going up with an empty coffee cup, asking people for money. And then I could see, just a bit further away from him, another crackhead or whatever. Every time somebody engaged with him to say, no, I've not got any money, or no, I've not got whatever, he kind of got up to go and get them. And I was like, but he would sit back down again if it wasn't right enough or whatever. So I wanted to go in that direction, so I went in that direction and, can I spare 10p, mate? No, I can't. I had my phone in my hand, and as soon as I said, no, I can't, I don't have any money, I could see the other guy coming from me to make a grab for my phone. So obviously I saw it coming a mile away, so I just moved out the way, and I tried to give him a good boot, but I missed him completely, and the 2 of them ran away. But in the space of about, I don't know, half a mile, I must have counted double figures of folk just lying on the ground, out off their face on something, or yeah, well, just, it was not nice. I'm sure there are nicer places in Leeds than that bit of the town that I was in, but it was like, God, this is awful. And I'm not like a snob or anything, but God, it's proper shithole. So, pooped on twice, attempted robbery. I decided I'm going to go to the cinema. I can't get shit on if I'm inside in the cinema. So I went to try and watch The Odyssey, but I just missed the screening. And there wasn't another one for another couple of hours. And because it's so bloody long, I wouldn't have got out in time. So I went back to my car. I sat in my car in a huff for the rest of the day. And then I went back today with my wife because we had to watch her final ballet performance. And it was much nicer today. Nobody tried to attack me. Nobody shat on me. And yeah, we did a lot of walking around, so I'm absolutely knackered. But that was my day today. I think I've got enough to make an interesting video from all the footage that I managed to shoot. But it's kind of saddened me, the fact that the video is going to be about, this is a major city in the UK that has 2 one perfectly clean, one a little bit dirty. Even if you cleaned them both up and got them both tip top, together they're half the size of the one in Sheffield. And the one in Sheffield is pristine. It has all kinds of oddballs, all kinds of like events and things to look at. Not events, that's the wrong word. They've got vats and upon vats of koi. You can go and look at the koi ponds. You can feed the koi. The other ones you could feed the koi, but they were much smaller ponds. They have a big stingray pond in the middle of the tropical section. You can go and look at the stingrays. They also have all kinds of oddballs and interesting fish and hundreds of tanks, and they're all pristine. I've never seen a dirty tank there. It's a lot newer, I guess, so there is a little bit that could be something to do with that. But Sheffield also has several good independent shops as well, which I thought wasn't enough. I thought Sheffield was poorly served for aquarium shops, but it turns out it's well served. And I think that's just a sad state of affairs that a city the size of Leeds has nothing. So my video is going to be about this isn't very good. Now, just outside of Leeds, so I suppose we've got Ferrybridge Aquatics, and there's a couple other ones that are kind of on the towns that are kind of outside of Leeds. So maybe I'm painting a slightly worse picture, but it was just, it was one of those make you think moments where I was a bit like, am I doing the right thing trying to do this? Is Sheffield actually oversaturated rather than underserved for fish shops? I think I'm still on the right track trying to do a specialist shop, but still. So that's been my last few days. The one that I want to see that is kind of like the more mature version of what I'm trying to do is Aqua Haven, but yeah, they're on holiday. And as well as that, also this week I went clay pigeon shooting, as you do on a random Tuesday evening. Up at Bradfield, a place, there's a shooting ground, Sycamore shooting ground. The son, we're not going on holiday this year. We're doing lots of little trips places. So we sat down as a family and drew up what do we want to do this year? And clay pigeon shooting was one of the things he wanted to do. And I was like, oh, I fancy that as well. Turns out I'm excellent at clay pigeon shooting. So I'm trying to find out how to sign up for the Olympics. So out of 30 shots, I think I only missed 2. And compared to everyone else that was trying there, that was way better than them. So yeah, I was looking forward to that. But yeah, that's been my week. I'm now going to try and go back a little bit and see what your week's been like and what else people are saying. Teresa Carroll boiling in Somerset with a nice bit of rain. Who knows? I'll do my best. That's to win the quiz. Yes. Good evening from Swindon. Hope you had a good week. Thank you, John. Maybe I want my prize hand delivered. Well, I mean, I'll need to have a really good month on YouTube to be able to afford the airfare, but I'd love to do something like that. I thought JBL did speakers. They do. Yeah, what am I thinking of? It's a different company, but it is called JBL. JBL. Brooklyn. Catherine, evening from Team Kitles. What's next? Is Graham going to start his own aftershave? I mean, it is safe to spray on your skin, and it does smell lemony. So if you like your aftershave lemony, you'll be fine. Obviously, this is a pre-production model. I have to. There's actually surprisingly little you have to put on the bottle, because it's a cleaning product and it's not really a corrosive. So I will get proper labels printed. If I do decide to sell this properly, I will have to get some kind of labels, but there's not that much you need to put on them. But I was thinking of, I did get ChatGPT to do me a mock-up of what the label would look like. Let's see if I've still got that kicking about somewhere. Yeah. Scroll, 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 scroll. I was thinking something like this. Is this the right one? Smudge. I thought, that looks all right. That'll do. I've done that thing again where I've cocked everything up. Well done, Graham. Anyway, I did message you in the. You did, Stuart, so you can be. You're definitely number one. Catherine would love to try it. Good. That's number two. Smudge be gone. Smudge gone. Smudge less. Maybe that's better. Not to dampen the excitement, but have you put all the warning labels on so the liability of stupid people can't go. But yeah, so that's what I was looking at because I thought there'd have to be all kinds of like, I don't know, don't squish this in your eye. Don't, if you're thirsty, get something else, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, you don't have to put much. I probably will put something like that on. And like I say, I've only done a cursory chat GPT version of what do I need to put on a label, as well as then look up what it suggests all the legislation is. But yeah, you should, in theory, be able to pour this in your tank and it would be fine. Isn't Leeds Billy Elliot? Is it? I don't know. It could be. Could be. Do not drink. Yeah, do not drink. I probably will have to put something like that down there. Sounds like Leeds needs your brick and mortar. I mean, yeah, but I don't want to go up to Leeds every day. It sounds like an all-round shitty day. Thank you. He's here all week. Birds are in cahoots with the baby white business. They say it's good luck to. Yeah, they do say it's good luck to be shit on, and I did go and buy a lottery ticket. So if it comes up tonight, I'll take that poopy head. And Dan says, I stand by the statement, Leeds is a shithole. Yeah, I mean, there are some nice bits of it. But yeah, it was just the sheer amount of crackheads all over the place. And the fact that two of them had the audacity to try and rob me. Normally, and I'm not blowing my own trumpet here, normally I'm just literally too big of a target for people to mess with me. There's always an easier target. So obviously they were off their faces, so they weren't thinking straight. But I don't even think about being attacked most of the time because you wouldn't. I'm a fairly large gentleman. So anyway. Good time then, says David. What? Yes. I have a friend who had a double mastectomy and her cousin broke in and stole her pain meds from her. Truly disgusting thing, drug abuse. Yes, it is. That's awful. We only have one small shop here in Jersey. Not a good thing. I can order from Neil Hardy Aquatica through them, so I order all my fish that way. Oh. Jersey as in... Do you know what? Every time you've said Jersey, I've imagined the state of Jersey, New York, Jersey. I promise for next week's live stream I will reboot my computer because the stuttering is annoying me now. I've just got an account with Neil Hardy Aquatica too, so I'm going to put in an order possibly next week for all my dither fish because my normal supplier has gone on holiday and isn't shipping fish for a couple of weeks. You should go and visit Horizon Aquatics. Yeah, I mean, I should go and visit. There's a lot of good shops, so we're not short of good shops. But not every shop can be like a top tier good aquascaping shop or a top tier this, that, or the other. You have to have your bread and butter, normal local fish shop that has normal stuff for the. I was going to say local thing for local people. It's a reference to. In fact, no one will get that, so shut up, Graham. And Horizon, I would go and visit that. Like Wharf, brilliant. Pier, brilliant. Horizon, brilliant, I'm sure. But they're not in Leeds. I was in Leeds. A city the size of Leeds should have a fish shop. Who knows? Right, we are getting close to when I said I was going to do the quiz. So I'm going to share with you, at least, the URL. So as you can start to filter in, for those of you who want to do that. The Oscar and Brian are both looking good tonight. Yeah, I don't know what they do, but it seems to be when I switch the lights on a Friday evening, something just goes into the sand and goes and makes it all mucky. Do you remember when I came down here earlier? It looked crystal clear, and it's just all muddy. You're embarrassing me. Smudge off. I kind of like smudge. What was that? Get rid of smudge. Or no, because it sounds like it causes smudge. Homeless people everywhere. That is true. It's just the volume surprised me. I mean, when I go to London, I know there are large homeless communities in London, but Leeds seem to be disproportional. And I don't know if they're all. I know a lot of homeless people have mental health problems or drug issues or whatever, but everybody seemed to be off their face in the middle of the high street. That was just. I was like, what is going on here? There is the quiz link for you all. The Channel Islands. Yes, I don't know why, but I had assumed you were American and you meant Jersey, as in the state of Jersey near New York. But yeah, you've got. I mean, if Jersey can have a fish shop, why can't Leeds? Lisa the White Wolf says, I'm not even sure I have a normal local fish shop. I'm thinking I'll probably order most of my fish from Dan's Fish this time around. Yeah, I mean, I suppose if you have good online suppliers, that's killing that, but that doesn't mean we should get rid of the online suppliers. They should be able to coexist, I would have thought. I don't know. Join as a channel member for exclusive benefits, like extra points in the quiz. I had a dog named Smudge. I had a cat named Smudge. Did I have a cat named Smudge? Smudgy. Yes, I did. I had a cat named Smudge. Don't know why I had to think about that. I don't like cats. Stupid cats. I'm allergic to cats. There's a cat cafe in Leeds. I saw that. They were like, oh, we should go in. I was like, no, we shouldn't. Don't want to spend the rest of the day itching my eyes. When's the big mega tank switcheroo happening? When I get more time. I thought about doing it this weekend, but I'm knackered from just wandering about Leeds for 2 days. What we're talking about there is all these fish are going to go in Mega Tank 2, and then the discus from Mega Tank 2 are going to go in here. But what I'll probably stage it by moving all the fish from there into various tanks around here and sorting out my discus pairs and things like that before I then move them in here. Because I might.
What do points make?
Prizes! I might sell some of them. I don't know. Some of my adult discus. That then gives me a chance to move everything from here into there and then start planting that up and put fish back in here. So we'll see. It's one of those big jobs. I'm going to have to think about that. Cafe 2 leads as hell on earth. It very much is. Lauren wants her points. Right, okay, let's get in. Odd, I'm trying to join the quiz, but it says it's not secure. Ooh. It should be. It's HTTPS. And if you click on the little padlock, the certificate is valid. I promise I'm not hacking you. I join, no issue. Perhaps, yep, always a good idea to refresh your browser.
What do points make? Prizes!
What about answer smashing your product name and calling it Smudgerace? Genius. I like it. Oh.
What do points make? Prizes!
I like that.
What do points make? Prizes!
Right, okay. What do points make? Prizes. For those of you who like to scan and scanny thing, there's the scanny thing. Well, I add on some points. Lauren wanted some points. Adam wanted some points. Who else did I see? Lauren, Adam,
points make?
Stephen, Teresa,
Prizes!
Applegal. Stephen, Teresa, Applegal. Teresa. Stephen. Applegal.
What do points make? Prizes!
Daniel. Have I missed any? I've missed any. Kitles would love some points. You got your free points last week. You have to subscribe to get free points. No, you don't. You have to. What do you have to do? Member. You have to be a member for free points, or have your birthday in the same day as me for 1 week of free points. Right, we have 12 of you in so far. Give you another few minutes before we get things off and running. Let's see. It's not working on your phone either. I mean, are you typing in? Or are you clicking the link? The link should be secure. Let me try it on mine. Nixon is secure. Certificate is valid. Yeah, it's all good. That's what we call in the biz a picnic. So if you ever hear someone in your IT department refer to you as a picnic, or refer to a problem you have reported to them as a picnic, they're being derogatory to you, because the picnic stands for problem in chair, not in computer. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm too much of a Scotsman to pay for the membership points. It's July, so technically still. Go on then. Go on. Go on. You can have 10 points. Try the scanning thing. Yeah, try the scanning thing. Oh, it did use the QR code. Have you pressed another thing is if someone asks you to press a random selection of keys together, that's a favorite, where it gets to turn your screen upside down or it's inverted so that you can't use anything anymore. That just means that they want to get rid of you. Right, let's get kicked off. We have some players, 14 players. I can't wait until winter until we get over 20 again. That'll be great. But for now, I think we're ready to go. Oh, itchy nose. Let's get kicked off. Remember, you have 20 questions. Questions 10 and 20 are gambling questions, so you get to gamble whatever you want. And the winner will get a prize. The winner of the month, not of the evening. The winner of the evening might get a hearty clap and a well done. Best of luck, everyone. Charge your glasses. And here we go. Question number 1. Which of these is a species of mackerel shark? Is it a sturk, a puku, a porbeagle, or a knobber? Do a wee bit of live resizing. There we go. Which of these is a species of mackerel shark? This counts as a fish question. Ooh, that's... Let's get me out of the way. That's indicative of people not knowing. We've got 4 for puku, porbeagle, and knobber. The only 2 of you thought it was a sturk. It is, in fact, a porbeagle. Known scientifically as Lamna nassus, the porbeagle species of mackerel shark belongs to the family Lamnidae and is known for its robust torpedo-shaped body. Stevie B! Straight in at the top spot in first place. Where does Stephen live again? I've forgotten. Is it Texas or... No, that's Senny lives in Texas. I'll see how much the airfare is. See if I can squeeze that as one of my day trips. You know, like Lauren and Dan like to do day trips to far-flung places. I'll play their own game. Question 2. The square root of 525 is 25. Is that true or false? Bit of maths, or math if you're American, straight away. What's your nearest local... what's your nearest international airport, Stephen? I'll do you a deal. If you can come and meet me at the airport, I'll hand it over and then get straight back on the plane and go on the way back. That would be fun. Would that be fun or would that be hell? I'm not sure. I mean, surely there was enough time to actually put it into a calculator or something. 7 of you have gone true, 6 of you have gone false. It's false. The number 25 is the square root of 625, not 525. Stephen, still in the top spot. 49, 42. These are low scores. These are people that have gone, pen and paper. Oh no, calculator. Oh. Question 3. What area of the UK claims to have invented the humble pasty? Is it Cornwall, the Welsh Valleys, Northern Ireland, or the Scottish Highlands? Cornwall, the Welsh Valleys, Northern Ireland, or the Scottish Highlands? Definitely not skewing to the UK here to try and get some extra points. But 9 people think it's Cornwall. 9 people are correct because it is indeed from Cornwall, although people from Devon will argue that they invented it. But for the purposes of this, it's from Cornwall. Oh, look at that. Dan's in front. Yep. I'm in Louisiana. Nearest international airport is New Orleans, or Narlands, I believe. All right, we'll look that up in a bit. Question number 4. What African nation has a capital city called Ouagadougou? Is it Burundi, Botswana, Benin, or Burkina Faso? Ouagadougou. I like saying Ouagadougou. What is a pasty? A pasty is pastry folded over and stuffed with meat and potatoes, basically. Meat, potatoes, and veg. It's a mining thing, so they would make it for the miners to take down because it was all encapsulated in it. They would take it for their lunch or their dinner down the mine, so they could eat it down there. But also happens to be delicious. What African nation has the capital city called Ouagadougou? Is it Burundi, Botswana, Benin, or Burkina Faso? You've gone for Botswana. It's Burkina Faso. Dan's running away with it now. Is that a black lace? Oh, keep that in mind, Brian. That might come in handy later. That's Ouagadougou, not Ouagadougou. That is not what I know to be a pasty. I mean, I think, did someone write nipple tassels earlier? Because I think that's also called a patsy. Or a pasty, rather. Nipple pasties. I don't know. Let's not go down this nipple route again. It's the wrong thing to be talking about. Question number the next one. 5. What is the name of this creature that serves as the namesake and logo of a popular Japanese beer? Is that a tanuki, a rokurubi? No, a rokurubi, an oni, or a kirin? Flights to New Orleans from Manchester, one-stop flight available, £1,267. I might need a lot of extra videos to pay for that one. That's just one way. Ouch. Another one we don't know. That is clearly a Kirin. A Kirin's a chimera, apparently. But Kirin Ichiban is a beer brewed in Japan and has been since 1888. Dan, Stephen, Blondie, and Kitles all getting that one. Well done, guys. Adam is not doing well. Blondie into third place. Whoever Blondie is, welcome. Question number 6. In what year did Wheel of Fortune first air on television? Was it 1980, 1976, 1984, or 1982? Is Era 404 not playing tonight? Oh, that's mysterious. Aren't they? When did the Wheel of Fortune first air? You have gone for 1976, most of you are going for. That is the correct answer. Hang on. So, as I've mentioned before, sometimes I use half the questions I get from the question library on Crowdpur. This is one of said questions. Then the question notes for this one says Wheel of Fortune first aired on January the 6th, 1975. So why is 1976 the correct answer then? Anyway, moving swiftly on. The Messiah is up into third. Question 7. Which uniquely named band had a 1983 hit with the song Too Shy? Was that Jamiroquai, Hoob Stank, Kajagoogoo, or Chumbawamba? Too shy, shy, hush, hush, eye to eye. Too shy, shy, hush, hush, eye to eye. That's my rendition of said song. Kajagoogoo. Kajagoogoo, good. It is indeed. Question number 8. What verb means to bewilder or confuse someone? Commiserate, elucidate, meander, flummox. Mandy, you've never heard of Too Shy, Shy, Hush, Hush, well, it could be my singing, I guess. To bewilder someone is to flummox them. Right, right. Well done, everyone that's got that one. It's Graham in the white short. That was not Graham in the white shorts. I was hoping to see the question number 8. 9. Sorry. What is the RAF equivalent to the Royal Navy rank Vice Admiral? Is that Air Commodore, Wing Commander, Air Marshal, or Group Captain? What is the RAF, Royal Air Force, equivalent of the Royal Navy rank Vice Admiral? Oh, 5 of you have gone for Air Marshal. 5 of you are correct. Well done. Adam is not doing well. You're still 7th, though. You're in top 10. Question 10. This is where you can all make a change. You get to gamble some, all, or none of your points, depending on how confident you feel, and whether or not the useless clue that I'm about to give you. Here it comes. Place a trivial wager. Place a trivial wager. Will that pointless hint help you in any way? I doubt it. Too shy, shy, hush, hush, eye to eye. Too shy, shy, hush, hush, eye to eye. In what country was Trivial Pursuit invented? I know that's Monopoly, but in what country was Trivial Pursuit invented? Was that the USA, the United Kingdom, Sudan, that's meant to be Sweden, or Canada? Where was Trivial Pursuit invented? Oh, 8 of you have gone with Canada. 8 of you are correct. Congratulations. Oh, just average Dan. Still in the top spot, just ahead of Stephen. Kitles in third place. The big winners, the big losers, are on the Messiah, Applegal.
Wah, wah, wah.
And Zenny down to 13 points. Moving swiftly on. What was Al short for in the gangster Al Capone's name? Was it Aloysius, Albert, Alphonse, or Robert? Is there a prize for the biggest loser? Well, I'm sure we could sort something out. Question. No, we've not answered this one yet. 10 of you have gone for Alphonse because it's Alphonse. Dan has got a healthy 200-point lead at this point over Stephen. Kitles, I mean, third place is good, but you have a mere, what's that, 20-ish points over Glory Not Prizes. Adam's making a comeback here. Question 12. Now used to describe a state of uproar or chaos, from what did the word bedlam originate? Was it a marriage ceremony, a psychiatric hospital, a Greek war, or a Turkish bathhouse? Where does bedlam come from? What do we think? Psychiatric hospital? It was indeed. Bedlams were psychiatric institutions. The first ever was the Bethlehem Royal Hospital in London, notorious for chaotic conditions and mistreatment of patients. DP missed it. Lisa, the White Wolf, thank you for joining us. See you later. Question 13, lucky for some. In which century was Charlotte Bronte, author of Jane Eyre, born? 17th, 20th, 19th, 18th? When was Jane Eyre born? Ooh, I've got 2 for 17th, 4 for 20th, and 6 for 19th. The answer is 19th century. She was born in 1816. I think wrote Jane Eyre in 1849. I don't know. Dan and Stephen, men of culture, knew the Jane Eyre question. Kit Les. Womp womp. Question 14. Which Scottish city has St Mungo as its patron saint? Is it Newcastle, Edinburgh, Carlisle, or Glasgow? Purist amongst you might notice that only 2 of them are Scottish cities. The 5 of you who chose Carlisle, go and sit in the corner and stare at it with a dunce hat on. That's in England. Edinburgh and Glasgow are your only real options to this one, and the answer is Glasgow. Well done, 4 people. Adam, Kitles, Blondie, and the Messiah all getting that one. Well done, guys. Bottle of Bucky for Brian for St. Mungo. St. Mungo, not Mongo. Question number 15. What river flows through Amsterdam, giving a popular beer from the Netherlands its name? Is it the River Amstel, the River Zwart, the River Vecht, or the River Vaal? I'm just going to feed the fish because they look a wee bit hungry. Ten of you going for Amstel? Of course it's the Amstel. The Amstel River flows through Amsterdam, supplies its many canals with water as well as the brewery where the honey malt flavoured Amstel beer is made. Now you know. Question number 16. Who wrote the 1974 novel Jaws and was the first official host of Shark Week in 1994? Was it E.L. Doctorow, Frederick Forsyth, Richard Adams, or Peter Benchley? Who wrote Jaws, basically? Duh, duh, duh. Peter Benchley? Of course it was. Well done, everyone who said Peter Benchley. Hands pulling away. Is a 300-point gap going to be enough? Will he maintain it through the last gambling question? Question 17. The script for Good Will Hunting was originally written as a government conspiracy thriller with the NSA trying to recruit a maths genius. Is that true or false? Bit 50-50 on this one. Ooh, 9 have gone true. But the 5 who said false are wrong, because it is true. Good Will Hunting was originally conceived by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck as an NSA conspiracy thriller. He was still an MIT janitor and self-taught math genius, and the NSA identified him as a major national security asset. Dan and Stephen going toe-to-toe. Question number 18. To which Hogwarts house does Harry's antagonistic school rival Draco Malfoy belong? Is Draco a Ravenclaw, a Gryffindor, a Hufflepuff, or a Slytherin? To which Hogwarts house does Harry's antagonistic school rival Draco Malfoy belong? Ravenclaw, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, or Slytherin? One each for the others, but 11 for Slytherin. It is indeed. Penultimate question time. Thomas Jefferson was the tallest president in the history of the United States. True or false? Mandy is a Slytherin according to the internet's sorting hat. 9-5 to false. It is indeed false. Thomas Jefferson was 6'2", but Abe Lincoln was 6'4", making him the tallest US president to date. Unless you count Donald Trump, who's about 8'5" by this point. Oh. Right, now it's time to think tactics. Do you bet big on the final question? Do you think it's going to be a hard question for the last question? An easy question for the last question? Now's your time to put your money on the line. Question 20. Here's your rubbish clue. Play me a beer, please. Play me a beer, please. What could that mean? Play me a beer. Final question. Roll up, get your guesses in. Question 20. Which of these musical instruments is on the Guinness beer label? Is it A, B, C, or D? I'm going to go with, is that a trumpet or a cornet? A harp? A recorder? Or the devil's own bagpipes? Twelve of you have gone for the harp. 2 of you have gone for the devil's bagpipes. The correct answer is, of course, the harp. What's that done to this totally
excellent
and
exciting
game that has been really
impressive,
some would say
unreal,
but nevertheless
exhilarating?
Your winners tonight. In third place, Adam with 2,286 points. In second place, Stephen with 2,908 points. But your winner tonight just averaged down 3,562 points. That's a 600-point gain on the last game of the month. Is it going to be enough? It's going to be tight. Let's see what that does, because we're on week 5. I have to go here and do live rankings. A bit of spreadsheeting, everyone. Export player rankings. Move that over there so you get to see that. Delete that. Copy that. Minimize that. Paste that there. And your winner for July is Stephen P. 14,772 points. Adams in second place, 13,873. Error 404, 12. 664. Dan, 12,626. Just wasn't enough of a big win. I missed a week. You'd always give me my mean average on the top to save postage. No, I'm afraid Stephen is getting inundated with cheap light tat. That is your prize / punishment for winning the quiz. Congratulations. I want something heavy. Well, I've just done a quick sky scanner. Flights to from Manchester. Oh, one stop flights of some. The cheapest time is to book is January to September. Cheap flights from London to New Orleans. Okay, let's have a look. Part 5th of August. Add a return date. Right, let's have a look. The cheapest is £1,000 return. It's a couple of good months of YouTube revenue. I'll just bring you something to hand it over. The cheapest flight is 28 hours and 45 minutes. So from Gatwick. Why is that so bad? Why is it one stop? Orlando for a long time, I guess. So 4 o'clock from Heathrow, 8 p.m. the next day. One day. But for now, we'll just say well done and send you some stuff. If I think about it like that, really, it's cheap at twice the price if I just send you something heavy. Tat is so exciting. Well, just you prepare, Stephen, for some tat. As usual, Stephen would like you to send him a gallon of. I mean, do you think some unlabeled random liquid would make it all the way to New Orleans or to Louisiana? No, I'm going to guess no. Is that the current flights? Could you move it out a month? I suppose. So that was Wednesday, the 5th of August. So let's go, like, I don't know, Wednesday, the 16th of September. And we'll come back on 17th or 18th. That's even more expensive. Oh no, £844. We've got one. It's only 15 hours. 719, 32 hours. 6. Oh, it's getting cheaper. I mean, soon they're going to pay me to go. $844. That almost sounds reasonable. I'd do it if it was first class or something, you know, where I got a little bit of a better deal. It's not happening. I'm going to be posting you something, right? Okay, we'll have to think about stuff. You've already got a book, haven't you? Can't even send you a book because I can ship that from Amazon. That's annoying. Okay, I'll have a think. Liquid rubber, a barrel of liquid rubber. I mean, something that it would probably be cheaper to buy something on US Amazon and have it shipped. A laminated picture of yourself so you can tape it onto his aquarium. Nobody wants that. Label it not drugs, and it'll be fit. I think if I label it definitely not drugs, just to make sure. Oh, yeah, as Dan says, definitely not narcotics. So if it's just not drugs, they'd be like, I don't know, could be. I would pay for you to go to Timbuktu. Oh, thank you, Brian. I know you don't mean that in a nice way, but thank you anyway. I'd love to go to Timbuktu. Seems nice. Stickers and some algae scrapers. Yeah, I'll send some razor blades through the post. That'll do. That'll go nicely. No, I'll think of something. We'll send you some random stuff. Well done, Stephen. What about flights to Newfoundland? I mean, I can only imagine that's going to be even more expensive. Yep. Oh no, I can get 500 quid. That can't be right. I've put in the wrong place, haven't I? Ryanair don't fly to Newfoundland, and it takes more than 5 hours to get there. What have I done? What's St. John's? St. John's, Canada, from London in 5 hours. What? That makes no sense. I don't know what's happening there. Just fly to the fly to the cheapest airport, book an Uber, and do a run. He has a 3D printer. Send him a gift card for filament. Add a bunch of print files for cool stuff, and call it some assembly. I like it. That's good thinking. Could definitely do that. There you go. 1 kilo of bright pink filament heading your way, Stephen. I mean, that'd probably be that. I'd like that if I won a prize and somebody sent me some filament. We're in the most eastern province in Canada. It's St. John's YYT. Is that a thing? Am I making it up? Yeah. It's only 5.5 hours. I'll just nip over and say hello. You have to self-transfer. What does that mean? Who knows? It should be Aquarium Adventures, or of course. And I'll send you some STLs of Aquarium Adventure files so you can print them yourself, and then you can have all your own 3D printed. Sold. 1 black, 1 orange, job done. Right. We have, for your delight and delectation, one more game, the last one of the month. 1 free month of OnlyFans. I sent you some pictures on a postcard, me lying suggestively next to some fish tanks. Because I'm tired. So we're going to get through this tonight, and we're going to get through it quickly, people. We have one more experience for you tonight. A bit of everything, the 5th ever bit of everything, because July has been a bit of a long month. We have some dingbats, we have some wordplay, we have some riddles, we have some answer smashes. Wrong button. Copy that. Put it there. For those of you who want to play, that is the link. We will play this in a few minutes' time. Well, I contemplate I was seriously considering taking some jokey pictures of me standing seductively next to fish tanks and sending them on a postcard to you. I'll think about that when I've not had a large cider. But tell me that wouldn't be funny and put you off playing any future games, or put you off winning any future games, if nothing else. Get it on the Christmas calendar. Oh, can you imagine? How horrific. Don't be surprised when he capitalizes on those. There will be no naked pictures, don't worry. Brian the Grammy with a bikini on. I can't think of anything worse. Oh, God, no. I'm starting to feel sick at the thought of myself semi-naked. So God knows what anyone else feels. If my wife happens to tune in at this point, she's like, normally the message I get is, how many beers are you having? How many beers have you had? Did you keep all your clothes on? I have no history of taking off my clothes. That's our number one fear. It's never going to happen. The worst that will happen is I'll fall asleep again. But for Stephen... Google a man... no. We bought one of my friends a mankini for his stag do once. That's still burned into my retinas all these years later. Ugh, we don't need any more of that. Right, so what are we all up to this weekend? What have I got coming up? I have a couple of visits arranged, so people have made an appointment to come see me. Someone has very kindly offered to give me fish. They ordered some Ultim Angels from a well-known supplier in the UK, and they've sent them Peruvian Ultims when they wanted... I'm not entirely sure what the history is here, but they weren't happy with what they got. So they've been refunded, and they want to give me the ones that they got, to give me a bit of a leg up and some free fish to sell. So that's nice. And then I have someone coming tomorrow afternoon and someone coming Sunday morning to hopefully buy some discus. So that'll be nice. I still got some more building works to... Not really to complete, but I want to tart it up a little bit. I want to put some dressing and make it look nice. Because I don't know if you noticed in the last couple of videos, I've tried to create some shelving and have some dry goods for sale and almost try and pretend to be a proper shop. I've put up the monitor that I smashed to pieces with the big scratch in it. I've put that up as a shop display, so it's kind of cycles through discus care guides and price lists, and eventually I'm going to link it up to my Home Assistant so as it gives you live stats from all the tanks of temperatures and pH and all that kind of stuff. So we've got lots to do, but mostly I've spent 2 days. I wonder how many steps I've done. I live a mostly sedentary lifestyle. I have completed 100% of my steps. Okay, let's have a look. Show me it then. Why won't it show me? All right, steps today, 24,294. That's pretty good. Steps yesterday, 18,700 and something. Not done too bad. I'll sleep well tonight, as they say. Brian's setting up his new free 5-gallon tank. Very nice. How did you manage to get a free 5-gallon tank? Dan is working the weekend, then a week off. Nice. Can you show the code again for the quiz? I can show the code again for the quiz. I think. There you go. And if you like to scan the scanny thing, there's the scanny thing. Applegal notice, thank you. It looks very shop setup-y. I know. I pressed mute. Remember when I said I was an idiot?
Wake up! Graham, wake up!
I don't know where I stopped there. But basically, I was saying to Applegal's comment, I noticed it looks very shop setup-y. So basically, I've got an old screen and it's cycling through different pages. Some of them are like pictures of fish. Some of them are care guides. Some of them are all that kind of stuff. So this shows what a geek I am, and this might resonate with some of you. This looks like a great story. I've coded that from scratch, so I've got a network share where I can dump pictures of fish that'll randomly select them. I've hooked it up to my website to take stock numbers and prices, live pricing off the website, and show you the price lists. I've got it hooked into my Home Assistant so it can look at the temperature of each tank and tell you the current temperature of the room, of each tank, all that kind of stuff. It'll post my latest video and a link to that. It'll post on. So it's done all this. All dynamically. It will resize pictures, it'll move them around, it'll make sure it doesn't show the same one too often, it'll show care guides that it gets from the internet. I literally spent 2 days doing this when I should have been working. Sorry, proper job. Super impressed with myself. Got the wife down. Vicky, come and have a look at this. I made a shelf. I've put my foods on the shelf. I've got all my 3D prints that are for sale on the shelf. And then I've got the screen above it, cycling through all the things. She was like, this took you 2 days, did it? I was like, yes, yeah. Only 2 days to do all this. So you get 2 days to build one shelving unit and a PowerPoint. It does just look like a PowerPoint. It's way cleverer than a PowerPoint, but it just looks like a PowerPoint. What an idiot. So, anyway, I've just poured the last of a bottle of wine. I've just poured my last of my 2 bottles of cider. Psst. A few of you have mistakenly forgotten to hit that like button. That would be nice. Catherine's building a new fish room. I'm always interested in fish room builds. What have you done? How have you planned it? What have you been thinking? So it's the question I get the most is, what do you need? What do you do beforehand? I generally just go for it. I've started doing things like I use the Tinkercad software, like CAD software, to try and size everything out and get the optimal gaps on each side. And I'm really happy how it worked with my latest tinkering. But things like how you getting water out, how you getting water in, all that thing, that kind of makes me almost excited. John says, are you going to start delivering discus? I will deliver discus semi-locally. I have a couple of times now I've reached out. So there's only really 2 or 3 companies in the UK that will... I have to do it properly. So there are only 2 or 3 companies who are insured and licensed to ship live fish. And of the 3 that I have approached, 2 have got back to me. 1 has got back to me and said, yes, we are happy to do this, but I have to have a minimum order. So I have to do a minimum, I have to pay for a minimum amount of shipments. I'm not big enough to warrant that yet. So it worked out like, I can't even remember what it was, but it would work out if I costed them at £25 a shipment, I would have to do 10 shipments a month minimum. And then as I started to do more, it might get a little bit cheaper, but the minimum I had to pay £250 a month to do 10 shipments. And I'm just not doing 10 shipments. So I can't do that one. The other one haven't got back to me. They got back to me to say, oh yeah, we can definitely help you with that. I'll pass it on to our sales team. They'll get back to you. Never have. Followed up with them. Oh, really sorry we haven't got back to you. I'll pass it on now and they'll get someone to get back to you. Never got back to me. And the third company just completely blanked me. So I haven't got anywhere with it, basically. But I'm willing to... So somebody came last week from... I want to say Runcorn, which is right next to Premier Aquatics, who sell discus. But he came all the way over to visit me. So originally he had said, can I have them shipped? And I was willing to drive them over there myself. So I said, well, fine, pay me £25 and I'll ship them to you and I'll just drive over there. And then we agreed to meet halfway. And then I talked him into coming and choosing his fish, which I feel quite bad about now because he came and they went, oh, you choose. I was like, well, the whole point of you coming over here was so you could pick the ones you... But okay. So kind of a couple of hours. I'm willing to do a couple of hours drive, I guess, to ship fish. So I'm in Sheffield, which is quite central to the UK. So a couple of hours gets you to quite a few places. But I'm also happy to meet you halfway. So I don't know, if you're 4 hours away from Sheffield, I'm happy. Say you were down south. I'm happy to drive south for 2 hours. You could drive north for 2 hours and we meet at services or something, do something like that. So we could definitely do something along those lines. I just haven't got myself set up properly for shipping fish. I do want to do it, and I will do it at some point, but I can't commit. I know I said 10 deliveries for £250. It was more than that. It was just not quite there. Thank you, Applegal. Most of those steps are just you getting up. No, that was me wandering around Leeds chasing junkies, trying to kick them up the boogies. I scored it with the same guy. I scored a Fluval Flex for £3. Wow, that's good. Is my audio going? AV gone, no sound, no sound, no sound, no sound. Giving us the silent audio back. There we go. Good. Sorry, everyone. Mickey's in. Nice to see you, Mickey. How we doing? You can tell Brian and Co are getting on. They're making a right. They are making a right mess. What is going on? Going to have to do a filter clean. I think filters might be clogged because there's a definite haze. I think it may be better if you got some betters. Well, one of the things I've been thinking about was, I think I've mentioned this before, purely because I like the name, I want to make a video called A Better Barracks. A Better Barracks. A Better Barracks. I love a bit of alliteration, me. And I was thinking about doing it against one of the walls, but I think I'm going to use that for dry goods. So this might be a when I get more space type thing. That I might make a better barracks and start bringing in some betas. Does it have PowerPoint animation? It does. It's very slick. You'll need to come down and have a look at it. And I can bore you to tears about how difficult it was to code it all. And I could have just done it as a PowerPoint. Trust the woman of the house to bring you back to Hangout. And also, she wouldn't sit and listen to my explanation about how difficult it was to do. In fact, do you lot want to sit and listen to my explanation about how difficult it was to do? Can I show you the Python script that I wrote that does it all? Husband's doing all the hard work. I'm project managing. That's the way to do it, Catherine. I'm a lot more than 4 hours from Sheffield, as I can only walk. The Spiritual Reaper, how we doing? Nice to see you again. You've joined just in time because we're about to start another fun game of a little bit of everything. So, one more time, I shall put in the chat and then we'll get kicked off. I love the idea of a better barrack. Why I struggle with that. A better barracks. Now to convince my local store to get one. I've already offered to donate towards them getting one. They should do. So I have 3 kind of main suppliers that I get to choose from, and they all send you know, if you were to go to a restaurant, they'd have a specials board of what's on offer this month or what we're pushing this month. So the specials from the 3 suppliers all this month were all betas. And I was like, and they usually include pictures for the specials, whereas the other ones is just kind of placeholders and stuff. And I was like, they're quite fancy. Oh, they're quite nice. Oh, they all looked really nice. But I'd order them. It's going to take me a while to build a better barracks. So the timing's not worked for me. But one day, you need a geek wife. I think it's that opposites attract thing. I don't need a geek wife. If I had a geek wife, we might go into some kind of geek vortex and I'd never escape and never get out. It's quite, is it soporific? Is that the word? No, it's not that. That isn't the word. It's quite liberating. No, it's not. Sometimes I get inside my own brain and like the whole shop database thing that I've designed something that nobody really wants. Remember when I talked about I made a system to track imports, exports, stock quarantine systems, tank history, all that. I tried to show the guy that was inspecting for the pet shop and he was like, nah, don't care, not interested. I need some kind of filter. My wife's pretty good at that, going, will anyone accept you care about this? And I'm like, oh, of course they will. Won't they? No, they won't. No, you're quite right. So she performs a function, if nothing else, to keep me grounded. So as much as it's a nice technical exercise to write a 40-page Python script that will do all this for me automatically, PowerPoint would have done the same thing. I maintain it's very clever, and it will be useful one day, but this isn't that day. Yay games! That's what we want. Will it be a homemade better barracks? That was the whole point of it. So I just like the sound of a better barracks, and I have an idea of how to build a better barracks. So I think it's kind of a win-win. But I've not got the space now because yeah. But one time, Would you make them from IKEA shelves? I might actually make them from IKEA shelves. Use Timu. Do you know what? I wasn't use Timu aquarium. So one of the aquarium sizes that I got is these. So this is what you typically see a betta barracks made out of, is something about that size. What they would do would be you would drill a hole, I don't know, about there maybe. Constant water drips, fills up, drips out the back of it, goes down into a sump, pumps it all back out again. I wanted to do something. This is probably too big and not quite what I was after, but something a little bit like that, where they're all on some kind of racking system, but the same idea of the auto water change part of it. Because these, I think, it might not have been Temu, but I found somebody that does them. They're actually display cases rather than aquariums, but it's just an acrylic box. It doesn't really matter if it's marketed as an aquarium or not. So that was going to be my better barracks. So it was a bit bigger and a bit more space. Anyway. Are we ready? Those of you who like to scan and scan anything, I'll move my face over here. Those of you who like to scan and scan anything, there it is. We have 14 of you ready to play. 10 questions. I said I was going to finish early tonight, and we're not going to finish early tonight, so let's just get cracked on with it. Are we ready? So, we're going to have word games, riddles, answer smashes, and dingbats. Best of luck, everyone. 10 questions. Winner gets, I don't know, a hearty round of applause. Question number 1. What word goes between these to form two new words or phrases? Short blank time. Short blank time. Short blank time. Remember, bonus points for technically correct if you get something that works but isn't what I got. Oh, I think we have a technically correct. We don't have an actually correct. No one has got what I had. I'm thinking I'm going to have to start giving more points if you guess what mine was. Short pass, pastime. I mean, that's very loosely technically correct. Short term, term time. Also technically correct. Short 10 time. No. Short stop time. No. Short hammer. No. Short air time. No. Short order time. No. Short film time. No. Short banana. No. Short end. No. Short line time. No. Short daytime. No. Pass and term I'm going to give you. I'm not going to give you technically corrects. I'm just going to give you the points. If that makes sense. So you get some points for being technically. In fact, screw that. I'll give you some extra points. So that was Mickey and Brian. I'm going to give you 20 points each extra. 104. 98. And let's see if anyone argues about that. Short story. I was going for short story. Story time. Short story, story time. Short pass, as in football, and pastime. Did I give you that? If I gave you pastime, I did give you that. I'm going to take that back off you. Not pastime, it's past time. You can have it. Can't be bothered with the admin now. Short stop, as is a baseball position. Is it? Short stop. Stop time? What's a stop time, though? Stop time? Bullet time? I'm not giving you any extra points, but I'll give you as a correct. There you go. The Messiah, Mickey, and Stephen all get some points. I thought short end. What's a short end? Hammer time? Yeah, but what's a short hammer? No. I'm moving on before we get distracted anymore. Question 2. Arrange these planets by size. Smallest at the top, please. We have Saturn, Uranus, not Uranus, Mars, and Earth. Saturn, Uranus, Mars, and Earth. We want the smallest one at the top, biggest one at the bottom. A short hammer is a long hammer that's had half a handle cut off. What's a long hammer? Hammer time, yes. Short hammer, no. Stubby hammer, I've seen a stubby hammer, and they are short. I'll give you a point. There you go, Dan. Arrange these by Suzy. That's size spelled differently. Arrange these by Suzy. The most popular arrangement was Mars, Earth, Uranus, Saturn. The actual correct arrangement was Mars, Earth, Uranus, Saturn. Well done, everyone who arranged it correctly. Which was Error 404, Mysteriously, Zany, Lauren, and Dan. Everyone else got it a little bit wrong. Question 3. It's your riddle. David's parents have 3 sons, Snap, Crackle, and what's the third son called? What's the third son called? Is he called Snap, Crackle, and what? There's 5 people about to kick themselves. But you typed it very quickly. I'll say that much for you. You were fast. You're quickly wrong. David's parents have 3 sons, Snap, Crackle, and what's the name of the third son? I'll say it again. David's parents have 3 sons, Snap, Crackle. Why am I getting Love Honey ads? Why are you? You shouldn't be getting any ads. But I mean, you get the ads you deserve, so I don't know. David's parents have 3 sons, Snap, Crackle, and 8 of you went with David. 6 idiots went for Pop. The answer was David. Well done, 8 people. David's parents have 3 sons, so David was one of them. Question number 4. This is your answer smash. A computer input device or electronic version of a piano. And that thing. Remember, the picture could be first, the text could be first. I'm looking for 2 answers to be smashed together. There will be an overlapping. You've had them every 10 minutes. Really? Has anyone else been getting some ads? Have I accidentally enabled ads? Oh, I have accidentally enabled ads. Sorry, everyone. I normally have ads switched off. Remember, the answer smash is where 2 answers are smashed together to make one long answer. Let's have a look at those answers. 6 people put keyboard. 6 people don't understand answer smash. 5 people put donkey board. Keyboard donkey. Oh, that's technically correct. It's both an answer smash and correct. Keyboard donkey. Well done, keyboard donkey. Keyboard ass, don't know. I was looking for donkey board. But I'm going to have a look and say, who said... Pardon me, who said keyboard donkey? That was Applegal with a technically correct, so she gets some extra points. Applegal is on... Where is Applegal? I cannot see Applegal. There she is. 69. And you get an extra 100 points. Well done. Just because you were on 69 points. Question number 5 is your dingbat. Say what you see. It's a phrase. Say what you see. It's a phrase. No ads for Zenny, and I usually get them because I'm not on premium. So that's weird. Mickey forgot the concept. Applegal said, I said keyboard don't give me extra points. Oh, I did give you. I'm going to take some off for being needy. No, I won't do that. Say what you see. I mean, I know I'd said say what you see, but also that is a phrase. That is a well-known phrase that none of you have got. Right. If you were all to start going down the wrong path and thinking of the wrong answer, I might say to you, guys, hold your horses. You're going the wrong direction. Not, guys, horse in hand. 3 horses in hand, little ponies in hand. 3 horse in the hand is worth a banana in the bush. Horsey Pam. Horsey Pam? The correct answer was hold your horses. That well-known phrase. Oh dear. Oh. Not a worldwide phrase. It's specific to English. Oh, well, okay, that's close enough. It's widely understood across major English-speaking regions of the UK, US, Canada, and Australia. That's well known enough. You should have got that. How on earth does that hold your horses? Someone is clearly holding some horses. We can only imagine that they belong to that person, so that their horses hold your horses. Yes, in childhood, thank you, Teresa. Brian, at best, horses are balanced in the palm. That's not a well-known phrase, though. Hold your horses is. Nil point. Question 6. No, there you all go. Nil point. Question 6. What goes up and down but never moves? Oh. What goes up and down but never moves? Riddle me this. Has someone got an ill dog? Have I missed something in the chat? What goes up and down but never moves? A saying here is up and down like a dog's stomach. Really? I don't get that. I have dogs. Right, we've got a staircase. 4 people. Temperature. Temperature. And temperature is measured by something that moves. It's either a needle or mercury that goes up and down. Technically it moves, so no. Blood pressure goes up and down. Again, a needle moves. No. Umbrella moves. Sun moves. Bananas move. Dogs' stomachs move. Subscriber put. They move. Bank account balance. No. It was a staircase. So if you wrote staircase, stairs, staircase, a staircase, you get the points. Zenny, we're on the same wavelength here. I knew this one, but I had to pull it from the depths of my memory, like that frigging towel one. That's exactly how I picked the frigging towel one. I went, oh, I knew this one. What is it? What is it? What is it? Oh, what gets wetter the drier it gets. Oh. And then this one was like, oh, what goes up and down but never moves? It's a lift. No, it's an escalator. No, it's a staircase. So I'm sorry to everyone else, but that's it. Ladder would have been acceptable. Did anyone write ladder? No. Sorry, but when I'm outside in this heat, I can tell whether it's hotter or colder without moving. Well, that's true, but irrelevant. Because, or is it irrelevant? I'm going to go with yes. Because it's not about whether you move, it's whether it moves. So a staircase has an up and a down, but the staircase doesn't move. Temperature has an up and a down, but something has to mark that, which moves. Nil point. Error 404 is mysteriously in the lead. Zenny in second, Lauren in third. Well done, all of you. Question number 7. It's another word game. What word goes between these two to form 2 new words? T blank, blank final. T blank, blank final. The towel one made my mind go in the gutter. Oh, I wasn't going for that. Next week it will be red house, yellow house, and green house. I can't use that now, Dan. Shh. T blank final. 10 of you have gone for cup. Teacup. Cup final. Tea time. Time final. No. Tea purple. Purple final. Extra no. Cup is what I wanted. Well done all so far. Error 404 still in the lead. Lauren's crept up to second. Zenny in third. Question number 8. Put these bones in size order, bigger at the top. Biggest at the top, rather. Humerus, femur, tibia, fibula. Put these bones in size order, biggest at the top. Humerus, femur, tibia, fibula. Brian's thinking back to high school biology. I must admit, I was just going, well, leg. Oh, but which leg? Hint with 5 seconds left. 3 of them are leg bones. The most popular ordering is femur, tibia, humerus, fibula. The correct answer is femur, tibia, fibula, humerus. We have thigh bone, shin bone, other leg bone, arm bone. Lauren takes the top spot, just ahead of Stephen, who is equal points with the error 404, mysteriously. As we go on to the penultimate question of the evening, question number 9. It's your dingbat. It's a phrase. Say what you see. Say what you see. As long as it's a phrase. Oh, someone's fast. Someone's got it. Remember, don't worry about... don't worry about spelling. Oh, dear me. So, I can see some snow. That's some kind of bird wearing some warm weather gear because it might be chilly. Right, live answers. Cold turkey. Oh, yeah. Cold turker. I'm giving you that because that is just a misspelling. Cold turker gets it. Chili turkey, I especially liked. I'm not giving it though, because you've gone to the trouble of getting it almost right. But no. Turkey and dressing, no. Christmas turkey, no. Turkeys and their brown coats, no. Turkey. Cold turkey is what I wanted. That well-known phrase, cold turkey. Lauren takes the lead. Error 404's in second, Stevie P's in third, but only a few points separating all of them. Zenny's in fourth. Is going to need a big win on the last gambling question. Here it comes. It's an answer smash. So remember the rules to answer smash. You're going to be a picture and some text. The two answers for those two things will be smashed together. There'll be an overlap. Here it comes. Your cryptic clue is a final smash. If there's any kind of clue I can give you, it's an element of the picture, not the whole picture. I thought my turkey and dressing was cute wordplay. It was cute. You know what, Zenny? I'm going to give you an extra 1 point. For good wordplay. An illness, disease, complaint, sickness, or affliction, and that. One of you has, again, just not understood the smashing part of Answer Smash. What is another word for an illness, disease, complaint, sickness, or affliction? And what is that thing? What does it have on it? Not even 13. Complaining about not getting... Oh, you can have another 12 then. Hang on. Applegal says something. What does that say? Foul. Teresa's not got the clue. Let's see what everyone else put. Sailment. They are sails. And an illness, disease, complaint, sickness, or affliction is an ailment. Sailment. I was looking for sailment. Whoever put ailment was so close. You're just missing a say. You're missing an S. Milady yacht. I don't know what that means. I mean, is this a typo? Did someone mean to press S and it just didn't take? Or were you just typing sailment, ailment? Could be sea and sick. Yeah, but that's not an answer smash. That's just sea and sick. Seasick. So, no, they couldn't. If those were two correct answers, that would be what we call an answer adjacent, and that would lose you 10,000 points. Luckily for you, that's not an answer. That's not even adjacent. That's just not right. That's what we call wrong. I was looking for sailment. Let's see how we've done. In third place tonight, the wrong button. With 4 in the first 55 points, Stephen. Well done, Stephen. In second place, Dan with 520, but with an unassailable 992 points as Lauren is your winner tonight. Well done, Lauren. That was a landslide, I think is what we call that. That's also not a yacht. Sail and L. Ah, right. I get where you're going. No. But well done, everyone. Lauren in first place, just average Dan in second, Stephen P in third, Adam just missing out, as did Zenny in your top 5. Applegal, Teresa, Kitles, all losing some points at the end. Brian made it into the top 10, even though he had 0 with Error 404, mysteriously. Spiritual Reaver up to 7th, right at the end. Well done. Well done, Lauren. Well done, everyone else. Thank you for sticking around. Right, we have gone overtime by 8 minutes. I will go away, think of a way to send Stephen some stuff cheaply, reboot my PC so it stops skipping constantly, and wish you all a merry weekend. Look forward to my next video about the state of the UK, Leeds fish stores. I think it could be an interesting take. Even if I do say so myself. If nothing else, you get to see me outside of the fish room. I literally stood at the side of a road, a busy main road, trying to film myself as people will drive past going, meh, 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 wanker. It's like, thanks, thank you. So I definitely want to get out and do more of that. So where should I go next? Do this, so genuine question. I was about to press the end button there. Genuine question. Please watch my next video. It's different to my usual ones because my usual videos are me kicking about in here doing some nonsense. This is me out and about doing a thing, thinking some things, saying some thoughts. Does that even make sense? I would like you to let me know whether you want to see more of that or nah, stick to the little DIY projects, all that kind of stuff. What's going on? Come to Newfoundland. I'd love to come to Newfoundland. If I would need to be super chatted up the wazoo to be able to afford to come to Newfoundland, but we'll do that. But if you watch the video and if you like me getting out of the fish room and trying something different, I know it's just a fish store tour, but I haven't made this yet. But there's going to be some stuff about why is it so different. Leeds and Sheffield are like 30 miles, 40 miles apart. Why is Leeds so shit and Sheffield's fine? Well, it's not great, but it's fine. But it's light years in difference. It has made me question the hobby. Anyway, with that, I'll say thank you. But if you're going to give me saltfish and brews and whatever Jig's dinner is, I might have to come to Newfoundland. But until then, thank you very much. Goodbye.